we are blessed that nobody was here.
Tornadoes leave a path of destruction in the south. The latest coming up.
A stormy morning, but conditions are shaping up to be nicer for the beginning of your work week. Stay with us. News 4 at 10 starts now.
From your hometown news leader, this is WTVY News 4 at 10.
Good evening, I'm Devin Sellers. Thank you for joining us for News 4 at 10 o'clock. A wave of strong storms and tornadoes swept through Alabama last night and into the morning, leaving destruction in several areas of the Wiregrass. WTVY's Lindsay Smith spent her morning in Troy. She shows us the aftermath from this morning's severe weather.
In Troy, Lindsay Smith, WTVY, your hometown news leader.
The Red Cross has set up a resource center at the Hunters Mountain Clubhouse. Also, the city did report multiple power outages. Teams from Dothan Utilities as well as the Pea River Electric Co-op in Ozark responded to help Troy restore power. And once the storm moved out, it ended up being a beautiful Sunday. Meteorologist Brooke Richardson has our first check on our forecast.
Well, it was an absolutely gorgeous day after those storms. Very sunny day after that front. Devin.
Okay, thanks a lot, Brooke. And that bad weather may have moved out of the Wiregrass, but in Pike County, residents and recovery has just begun. You can take a look at this drone video from our sister station, WSFA. You can see more of that damage in Troy, where at least one tornado was reported this morning. And at this time, officials say 8 deaths can be blamed on this weekend's strong storms. North of Troy, near Birmingham, an Alabama man died early this morning while trying to help after the storm. Officials say the county employee was hit by a vehicle while clearing away trees. He died after being taken to a hospital, and his identity has not been released. A plane trip from Mississippi to Alabama turned deadly this weekend. All 3 people aboard a twin-engine jet were killed after crashing in woods in northern Mississippi on Saturday. The twin-engine jet was bound for Alabama's Marion County Rankin Fite Airport. The Union County Sheriff identified those killed as pilot Tommy Nix and his wife Marlene, as well as the co-pilot Jared Holloway. All 3 were from Mississippi. Severe storms were sweeping through Mississippi at the time, but officials say it's not clear if weather was a factor in this crash. The FAA and National Transportation Safety Board will investigate. And a family in East Texas is mourning the loss of 2 children who died in this weekend's storm. Joe Spangler lives on the road where the 2 children were killed. The 8-year-old and 3-year-old died when a tree fell onto the back of the car they were riding in. Spangler says the mother came to him for help. From there, he stayed with the children until first responders arrived.
One of our friends came up and he made a statement. He said, "This is the unimaginable. You can't imagine that happening. I would never think of that, a tree hitting a car while you're going down the road." So it was very upsetting, very upsetting.
The sheriff says those parents were not injured. And this is video from Hamilton, Mississippi. The city was ripped in half by a strong tornado overnight. 2 people were killed there, 3 people injured, and several reported missing by the county coroner. More than 100 homes were damaged. The volunteer fire department was destroyed, and as you could see, many cars severely damaged. Well, even the Masters held to the storm. It was played early this morning, and we're going to get to that later in the show. But first, a look at something that was new this year for the next generation. It's a scavenger hunt for kids through the Junior Pass program. As Laura Warren explains, like any good treasure map, this one leads to a pretty cool prize.
Thanks so much, buddy.
And of course, we'll have more on the Masters a little bit later in sports. But first, try defending yourself blindfolded. For those visually impaired, it's like that all the time. Coming up, see how a class is teaching them ways to stay safe. A new program in Savannah, Georgia is teaching blind people how to defend themselves. The One Touch Self-Defense Project teaches students from the Center for the Blind and Low Vision self-defense techniques. The classes are also open to people of all ages and genders who are visually impaired, blind, deaf, or have other disabilities. Organizers say the program helps build confidence and removes the fear factor from traveling.
You're scared. There are already enough things to take care of non-visually, and we don't need to be afraid or frightened to be worried about the community. And they want to be a part of the community, and they want to be safe in the community.
Instructors say this class was a trial class, but after this, there will be an 8-week program. Inmates at a prison in Georgia are working to turn their lives around and help the visually impaired, earning college credit while creating textbooks for students who can't see. Amber Lake has their story. And by the time the inmates complete this program, they will receive up to 29 hours of college credits for free. They can take those credits with them after they're released. Tiger Woods can add another green jacket to his closet. The golfer talks about his comeback ahead in sports. But first, meteorologist Brooke Richardson is going to get us ready for our work week. Her forecast is after this break. Stay with us.
Back into those 80s.
All right, thanks a lot, Brooke. We'll take a look at this. Falling from the Texas skies this weekend were unique star-shaped hail. They fell yesterday from that severe weather that hit North Dallas. That's pretty cool. I don't know the technical reason why that happens.
Because everything's bigger in Texas.
I love it. All right, that's going to be our time tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. You can check back in with Evan and Lisa in the morning. They get started at 5 a.m.